Okay, stay with me, Ashish. I want to go across to Hyderabad. Joining us from there live is Mr. YP Singh. He's fighting a case in court on this specific issue. Mr. Singh, I'm told by my producers that it's raining heavily in Hyderabad. We really appreciate you braving the elements, literally, and coming on this broadcast.
Not at all.
What, sir, does this revelation being done by Headlines Tonight, this Headlines Today this evening, mean for your case? Because so far, the police is being saying these files are missing. They don't know the truth. They've been insisting the files are genuine. Now we've got the police's own report that shows that the police knew all this while, that the jackets were not adequately protected. How does this impact your case? What does this revelation really mean, Mr. Singh?
I think it will give a substantial boost to our case. We had an apprehension, we had a knowledge that files, papers were missing, but we didn't have any proof about it. And now with these papers becoming forthcoming at this stage, I think now we have a very robust case before the court, because right from inception, first they said the file is missing. Later on, when the court case was filed, they said a part of the file has been recovered. Now the most incriminating element here is that if the part of the file is recovered, that means the file was taken, tampered, manipulated, and then returned. This clearly shows that there was a guilty intention, there was a culpable mind before the people who were manipulating all the things. And I think there were big senior officers involved in it. That is why, notwithstanding an overwhelming evidence of a very diversified nature existing, incriminating evidence existing very much there, yet the officers kept silent. I think this will give a big boost to our case, and the officers who have been responsible in this highly grotesque deed because of which Mr. Karkare died. I think these people
what action, Mr. Singh, according to you, should be taken against these officers who've now been found guilty? They've written in their own file that these jackets are no good, then they go out and allow the purchase of these jackets. And I also want to point out very interestingly that apparently till 25 lakhs these police officers can take their own decision. Beyond that, they need to go to the Sachivalaya to take the decision. The Sachivalaya needs to sign off. And what we found in this case was that earlier they were looking to buy 125 bulletproof jackets. They revised the tender to 110 so that the matter didn't need to go to the ministry. Now, Mr. Singh, what action according to you should be taken against these officers?
I think what has been revealed, this is something very startling, and in such circumstances there are said to be two sets of actions. First is the people responsible for the bulletproof jackets purchase, those who bought substandard jackets deliberately. Such people should be subject to two types of actions. First is the administrative action, whereby a departmental inquiry should be held against the officers who have faltered. Second is action against the criminal action because of certain specific acts of omissions and commissions, because of corruption practiced by certain officers, Mr. Karkare lost his life. So there again a criminal prosecution should be forthcoming in such cases. This is one set of action. Another set of action is all those people who are responsible for the disappearance of the file, manipulating of the file, tampering of documents, and at the same time Mr. Karkare's bulletproof jacket itself got lost. It was stolen, despite notwithstanding its being a case property. Such people who were involved in the cover-up, they also should be strictly accounted for, both under the administrative and departmental laws and also under the criminal laws of the land.
Administrative action, departmental action, criminal action, you're recommending strict action to be taken against these guilty officers. Mr. Singh, I know you're in the rain, you're drenched, I don't want to keep you out. For the moment, thank you very much for joining us. We allow you to go back to your dinner. Thank you for joining us despite the rain, and we hope that this revelation by Headlines Today bolsters the case, because the officers who are guilty need to be punished for their crime. PK Jain is the officer who cleared the Wests for purchase. He's moved on in life since. He's now the Principal Secretary Home in the Maharashtra government, but the past has now caught up with him. Documents dug out by Headlines Today show that he was the officer who trashed the findings of the field trials and okayed the purchase. Headlines Today caught up with Jain. He now pleads complete innocence. Despite documentary evidence nailing his deeds, he maintains that he did no wrong. Listen to PK Jain, Principal Secretary Home in the government of Maharashtra.
We are with a senior police officer, PK Jain, to speak about the whole issue of bulletproof jackets. So the allegations are that that then Additional Commissioner Surendra Kumari recommended that the bulletproof jackets didn't meet a specific requirement and they were in fact unfit for protection. Still you recommended it. What was the exact reason?
See, the bulletproof testing was done on various occasions. The earlier report, which was dated June 2004, various types of weapons were fired on these bulletproof jackets, but the bulletproof jacket did meet the standards for which the tender was floated. At that time, predominantly the threat was from the gangsters, for which these bulletproof jackets had been acquired, and the protection level that they wanted was for 9mm pistols, revolvers and the like. It was certainly not meant to stop a bullet from an AK-47 or an SLR rifle. So in my opinion, as far as the capability of protection which was to be offered by these bulletproof jackets was given by these bulletproof jackets. The only difference was in the specification in terms of the length, breadth, etc. And the jackets which were supplied to us were certainly more than the specifications which were given by us. And I am of the firm opinion that the bulletproof jackets which were supplied to us were very much within the criteria